genetics from nature for your own use. He's a professor of pharmacology, pharmacognosy, UNN, that's the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. He's a service fellow, research fellow, and a divisional environmental, experimental, therapeutic at Walter Reed Army Institute and Research, Washington, D.C., in United States of America. He has several handbooks, and the popular among them all is African Medicinal Plants, which he wrote in 1994, made so much money and fame in Nigeria and the World Health Organization without Nigerians knowing, only to know him when he became INEC chairman. The man reviewed the same book in 2014, and Food as Medicine is one that is currently going on, and he has people from Egypt, South Africa, Rwanda, and Nigeria. This book will outlive him. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Professor Maurice Iwu there. I also have so many people that I need to recognize, but I know very well that the Honorable Minister of State Health is being represented here today by pharmacist Mrs. Zainab Ujudud Sharif. She is the director and head of department, Traditional, Contemporary and Alternative Medicine Department. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we have Madam to come up and then have a seat? Pharmacist Mrs. Zainab Sharif. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about nature, we're talking about love for one another, using what you have. I'm able to tell you that your natural bitter cola, which you get from anywhere, has been in syrup for a long time, now in capsules, courtesy of Professor Maurice Iwu. So a lot of things we can do. Olubu is also there. World Health Organization has also done that. And I tell you, before you started wearing face masks, you had discovered there's a cure for COVID-19. Whether you like it or not, it is true. Now, having said all this and set the ball rolling, I call on my chairman of the occasion, a politician, a presidential candidate, one time, and he's still there. If the heavy load, heavy waiters are not able to catch the house, my brother Adebayo will pick it up.
The Honorable Minister, the authors, book reviewer, book presenter, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank the authors for writing this book and bringing us here. And let me thank the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology for taking the time. He spent many years, as I remarked to him privately, in this field. I'm not surprised that he's in this sector, because even as the governor of the old Abia State, the first thing he did was to create the industrial park. In those days, he's always been interested in innovation. And I feel at home in this setting, not only because I've known a co-author, Professor Wu, for many years, but also because I've known, and I am also someone who is always investing in anything that challenges the orthodoxy. And as a multi-dimensional unorthodoxy expert, I like the idea that we keep challenging processes and establishments. And let me give an example of what I think if we had applied. Professor Wu was chairman of INEC, and he made many reforms. So, but someone remarked to me that it might be better for him as a ascetic herbalist if he had made some medicine and give it to every politician. If you give the politicians some medicine, I think, and give each person their portion, probably we'll have better outcomes than we have. But I think that we need to understand the importance of phytoceutics, the importance of what we call alternative medicine. It's alternative because the paradigm is Western. So to us, alternative medicine actually should have been Western medicine. Our own medicine should not have been called alternative by us, because that is what we know. And if we look at the science of ethnomedicine, and anything that is based on ethnomethodology, I don't want to sound too academic here, but you will find out that the processes and thinking of a society reflects in every aspect of the understanding of the universe. And for those who have taken time to study ethnomethodology in the humanities, in sociology and all of that, you will see that the processes by which people understand, I think I'm safely far from the minister, I can remove my face mask for a while. The processes of thinking is what leads to everything we do in society, including our medicine. Our interpretation of our environment and phenomena dictates the kind of solutions we find. And we always sing our national anthem all the time. And one of the clauses there is to say the labors of our heroes past. Our heroes past are not just starting from Azikiwe and Awolowo and Ahmadu Bello and the rest. Our heroes past included our grandfathers and great ancestors who discovered so many aspects of nature. So that by the time the first Europeans set their foot in, or set their feet in Africa, we were a very populous population. We had a healthy environment. If we didn't know medicine, we would not have been so many, they would not have seen so many of us to carry to the Western world. So in terms of medicine, we've earned our stripes. But like everything that challenges us, when you are dealing with the oral tradition, and now we are thinking in terms of Western methods of knowledge acquisition, we tend to assume that those herbalists of yore and those who were taking care of our public health were just guessing. They were not guessing. And what this book has shown us is that we can retrace some of the thinking processes and practices that allow them to be able to discover in our flora and some aspect of our fauna medicinal properties that we'll be using. All the vaccines and everything we are carrying up and down and looking helpless like 2 years ago when COVID came, we will have looked inward and will have found solutions to them. I looked inward. I gave a lot of money to Professor Wu because I was buying his products, and I give it to so many people. And there are many anecdotal and also these things actually work. And also, when you look at how we were able to beat Ebola using the same methods in the past, and so many other things that we are doing, what I can say to those who are policymakers, especially the Honorable Minister here, who has shown a very exceptional, it shouldn't be exceptional, but it happens to be exceptional, because all of us would be like him, but he's shown exceptional interest in innovation, and any scientific undertaking, any possibility that we can make something out of our environment is managed as investment is made in these things. Now, why I'm emphasizing this is that that's dependent on healthy living. So that we see that societies, people run commentaries, home and abroad, and say that Ebola has come, some other diseases have come, pandemic, but Nigerians are all over the country bubbling. Anywhere you go, whether it's Ogbete market, whether Oshodi market, whether it's Abogida market, you will see that Nigerians are healthy. We should thank our plants for these things, and in understanding of plants, we understand that plants has created a merger between food and medicine, so that we start to eat healthy, eat according to our nature before we become ill. And when we are ill, we resort to natural curative properties. The last point I want to make on this is that we need to understand that there's a relationship between ethnomedicine, ethnopharmacology, and the environment. Because you have to have healthy flora, biodiversity, to be able to sustain research and input into the aspect of ethnomedicine. Access to the plant material that you need. I will plead with those who are in charge of public policy and those of us who are coming to public policy that we must pay attention to biodiversity, we must cultivate our plants, and we must have a systematic way by which we grow them the way we grow our cash crop. And I must congratulate the writers, and I hope that this is the beginning recognized as our culture, and we should be able to promote it. Because science and technology will not be sustainable in the society until they fuse into the culture, the mainstream culture of that country. And that's why I would expect that anyone who wants to look at medicine, wellness, health practices should go and understand the concept of ethnomethodology. Thank you very much.
Once again, please put your hands together.
My chairman.
He did not speak like a visitor. He's a practitioner. He's a compassionate, unrepentant, natural health practitioner. In other words, by the time, God willing, he takes the presidency and then becomes the president of this country, he will make every Nigerian a herbalist.